welterweight division now.
Came across ESPN's thread, and interestingly enough, they have got a list of potential fights that can happen, and one of which, they've made some bold predictions basically for the year 22, right? So I just want to unpack a few of them, and let's get into it and talk about it. First of which, you got Crawford. Now, will Crawford get to fight Spence? Is it
my guy?
Your guy, since he's your guy, I can give you the floor, Silas. No doubt about that. You want to get into that, man?
Now, first of all, I think we can all agree that Crawford is the one that wants to fight Spence, and not vice versa. Yeah, do you know what? I'm going to call him Spice. I don't think Spice really wants to fight Crawford. I don't think he wants to. It's evident. We've seen all of the memes where he's told Crawford to get a belt. Crawford's got the belt. Now he's saying he's on the wrong side of the street. Now, I think we can first of all agree that Crawford is the guy that wants to do the fighting. Agreed?
Yeah.
Disagree, but go ahead.
No. I'll come back.
Sure?
100%.
It could be mate in a couple of syllables. It could be mate. You sure?
Here we go. Listen, I'm gonna before both of you go back and forth. I'll just give my opinion. Listen, I don't think it's gonna happen as well, but not for the reasons that brother Silas is trying to make out of ducking. I'm not gonna walk even that walk right now. That's not for me to say. I think there's a lot of business behind this. Crawford being top rank and now being the free agent that he wants to be. I don't know what's in his mind and who he wants to sign with. And of course, you got a PBC model, which is for some people flopping right now, but that's another discussion for another day. I think the money needs to be enough. So someone's going to have to bring a big paycheck to get those two in the ring. And I don't think anyone this year is doing that.
Riddler, sorry, just to interject. I don't know if you lot had seen on our IG. Yeah, there was that poll which showed that Spence versus Crawford is the most anticipated fight, even more anticipated than Fury and Usyk.
Silas. But let me just tell you this, right? I don't think it's the question of him ducking, because you're kind of alluding to that. It's just about money. It's about politics, and it's about that scumbag, who, right? The one that don't want to be seen, the one
that's the one that you best not mention his name, bro.
Yeah. It's the reason why I don't even want to utter his name. You know what I mean? Right? It's him behind the guy. It's just a power trip. I think Maverick just mentioned, the likes of Top Rank, so they have got that rivalry in the background. So again, it's just more of a case of, he acknowledges him, he realized that it's a big deal, Spence, but guess what? I still sell more than you. I still edge it. So Crawford's gonna have to come in the middle here. He's gonna have to say, you know what? If I beat him, I've got the cards, isn't it? And that's all it is. But I am optimistic that it will happen. Crawford, just come off your high horse a little bit and bow down to the role, and then maybe us fans can get to see.
I just want to quickly put it there, right? Because I've been quite cryptic for a reason. Listen, the fact of the matter is, Spence knows Crawford had done his dance. He's longing it out because he knows that this is the end of the big payday. Yeah, as soon as he crosses paths with Crawford, game over. Yep. The fight ain't going to happen unless Crawford goes to PBC, which is a strong possibility, like Maverick said, or was it one of you two? He's a free agent right now.
Yeah.
But the problem is this. Ugas, he's got potential to shock the world. He's got potential to beat Spence. So this whole thing that we're talking might not even happen. And I'll tell you why. Spence ain't looked like the same guy for a minute. When he's obviously had a devastating car crash. He fought Garcia, who should have been easy food. And it was easy food for the most part. But with the last few rounds, he looked a bit dodgy. You must say, he looked a bit shaky at certain points.
Styles make fights, brother. That's your... Sorry,
Styles make fights. That's a fact. That's a fact.
Let me add one more thing, actually, to your conspiracy theory of him ducking,
Yeah.
The fact that he walked out that Porter versus Crawford fight. Do you think something in him sort of triggered? I'm just putting it out there.
Hell yeah, it triggered. Hell yeah, it triggered. Not only that, it triggered. You know what it is? It's like, we understand for politics and for network reasons that he couldn't enter the ring unless it was a signed and deal fight. So I get that, at first,
But he said he'll never come to a Crawford fight. So what's he doing?
Turned up. And he turned up.
And he turned
And I
up,
think-
walked up, and you know what he heard Crawford call out his name. He could have done a little bit more, I reckon. He could have entertained the idea a bit better. He just had this kind of, it's just the arrogance, Silas. That's what we're trying to say. It's the arrogance. And we, you know,
Yeah, that's a fact.
with all
Just-
this in the making, it makes me believe that he wants it, but it's, guess what? You're gonna have to beg for it.
Before
Yeah.
before you
Sorry. Let me just quickly wrap up on my side
Go on.
here. Crawford ain't got a lot of options, has he? Like he can't go. I think he's quite small, like to go up to super welter, innit? Who's that super welter? Like little Charlo's there. I don't know. I think Crawford might be a little bit too small for that. I think he's even maybe small for a welter. Do you know what I
Well,
mean?
he could wait. He could wait for the Josh Taylor fight because Josh Taylor's always been.
That's what I was gonna say. Or he might, if he might have to go down to back to lightweight. Is it super lightweight? Sorry, become 2-time undisputed, and then call it a day. He might use his wrestling background and go to UFC, man. He might be able to do something.
All right.
But yeah, that's me.
Go on.
Sorry, I said could be, but I just want
Alright.
to, I just want to, you know, because I think we could go backwards and forwards. We're just gonna have to wait with that one. You know, I am optimistic though, but I just wanted to go down the list a little further and delve into another shocker, that ESPN. One of which that I agree on. I just wanted to get you two's views. Jake Paul fights twice and wins both. What do you think about that, Maverick? How you feel?